Can you then tell the court in your own words what happened in December of 2019?
Oga uja hore kamanja hore hudira regime gari December 2019.
Brigadier Gininda we salo colonel. Will hoicha cheri mushecho ka case ya obolawa ka Senzo Meyiwa.
Brigadier Gininda got information about the case of the death of Senzo Meyiwa, but at that time he was still working.
Colonel.
He was a colonel at that time. Brigadier Gininda otholake ulwazi mayelana nokubulawa kaSenzo Meyiwa kodwa ngaleso sikhathi wayeso colonel.
Yes.
Galagera ga mo arbicha ra dwa fasira ra khakha molato.
And since we're working together, he brought us together and we sat down and discussed this particular case. And ngoba elalisebenza ndawonye was busy sahlala phansi sayibheka ke licala li.
Yes.
We lo wajolela gore ona le
Yes, so you don't need to go into details. What did you do in December of 2019?
Uskazana la Norwich fella hore ho dira ngadi December 2019.
Really repenya wajola libitsola Bongani Ntanzi.
And while we're conducting our investigations, a name of
Bongani Ntanzi.
A name of Bongani Ntanzi came up. Ngesisa zake uphenyo lethu kwavela igama lika Bongani Ntanzi.
Yes.
Bona le tlhodi be re go tsa gore mollo wa mega mo molatong.
And there was an informer who told us that this man is involved in this case.
Yes, information was received regarding Mr. Bongani Ntanzi, is that correct?
Yeah.
What did you do as a result of that information?
I really write lo fasira ya hlahla nya go tseborna o kragala kai o dirile eng.
We sat down and discussed it and wanted to know where he could be found and where and what he had done. Sasihlala phansi siyaqoqa le ndaba safuna ukwazi ukuthi wenzeni futhi nokuthi utholakala.
Yes.
We lo krala o ba bereka mining o mongwe kwa Western area.
It was then discovered that he worked for a certain mine in Western area. Sasisithola ukuthi usenza kwenye izimine ese-Western area.
Yes.
We
tried to look for him, unfortunately we could not find him. Samfuna kodwa ke asizange sikwazi ukumthola.
Yes. Yes, you received information.
Yes.
Did you follow up on the information?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, we did follow up on that information.
Yes, and what did you establish? Yes. Yes, you followed up the information.
Yes.
What did you find?
We discovered that he is involved in that case.
Did you try to trace him?
Yes, we did look for him.
Yes.
And as we were looking for him, we also discovered that there are certain cases which he might be involved in apart from this specific one.
Yes.
Omela wana rile ra nyaka melate o era e fumana.
And then we went to look for those cases and we found them. So sesifuna nama lamanye ke amacala ethu yathinteka kuona sawathola.
Yes.
Omela ra hwetsa la lwa fasa gape le Brigadier Gininda.
And we went to sit again just to discuss with Brigadier Gininda. Also, suspended legal sharp and suspended no Brigadier Gininda.
Ape le rebera ka le Sergeant Mhla.
And also we work with Sergeant Mhla. Futhi elalisebenza no Sergeant Mhla.
Yes.
Ahora na kwela e be le bale tloa ka December ra mnyaka ge re mnyaka re pleke cheka moka.
And from December we looked for him and we looked all over for him. And so ngo December samfuna kodwa samfuna yonke indawo.
Yes, which year?
Bangwahofi?
Late 2019 and early 2020.
And kusuka ekugcineni ka 2019 kuyofika ku 2020.
Yes.
Ome rile ra mnyaka ra ba hwetsa e le gore sorry o Phukeng, udula Phukeng, Rustenburg.
We looked for him until we discovered that he stays in Phukeng in Rustenburg. Samfuna sase sathola umkhondo uthi uhlala ePhukeng eRustenburg.
Yes. When did you locate him?
Lile la Mukhwejane.
Namhwetsa ka June.
We eventually got him in June.
Of which year?
Bangwahofi?
2020.
In 2020. Sagcina simthole ngoJune 2020.
Yes.
Ome ga re o ana le melate mentšhi a megang go yona. Re fitlha kwa o la lo mogolo gore mnyaka la ona wa Nongoma.
Bona le o mogolo?
Wa case ya Nongoma.
Oh, molato.
Yeah.
Well, since he had many cases, there was a big case that was from Nongoma that he appeared to be involved in as well. Stairs samfuna sathola nokuthi khona iqembu elikhulu elivela kwaNongoma nalo athintekayo kulo.
Yes. Then wa ba le ngwe gape ya Fosloras le yona.
There was also another case from Fosloras. It was ukuba nelinye icala lase Fosloras.
Isengile la Blawe o mongwe apa le molato.
Not this murder case. Kungelona ke leli cala lokubulala.
Yes.
Ome ra dile go ebele le bekana le Sergeant Mabena, the late Sergeant Mabena.
I also mentioned that I was with Sergeant Mabena, the late Sergeant Mabena. Sengishilo ukuthi ngangisebenzisana no Sergeant Mabena osesishiyi.
And who is Sergeant Mabena?
Kimang Sergeant Mabena?
Sergeant Mabena ki o berga le fape la crime intelligence mo police Africa Borwa.
Sergeant Mabena used to work in crime intelligence in the South African police. Sergeant Mabena wayesenza nalabo abafuna ke abathungatha ulwazi esiphoyiseni sase South Africa.
When did he pass on?
Wash ulahla bafana ne?
Ego pola botse ngwaga go feta ka September.
If I remember correctly, he passed away in the last year in September. Mangumla kahle wadlula emhlabeni kulo nyaka wedlule ngoSeptember.
Ka botse ya motor.
In a car accident. Washona ke engozini yemoto.
Yes.
O me Sergeant Mabena ke ena ba o ba ya re gobakeletsa information.
Sergeant Mabena was the one that was collecting information for us. Sergeant Mabena o yena was qoqela ulwazi.
Yes.
And ke ena gape ba le re ba shima le tlhodi tse dintse tse di thushitseng molato.
He was also the one who was working together with the other informants that were helping us in this case. Mina wayesebenza ke nabanye ke abasithungathela ulwazi kuleli daba.
Yes, you mentioned that you were with him, Sergeant Mabena. What happened?
Interrogation urle ne bona le yana Sergeant Mabena.
Ya o meka di 16th of June re le ra fitla kwa Phukeng.
On the 16th of June, we did arrive in Phukeng. On the 16th of June, Safike Phukeng.
Which year?
2020.
That was in 2020.
Yes.
Ka ge tlhodi be shetse re boditse gore re ka mokra ga Bongani Ntanzi ra go me ya ile re bontsha plekeo.
Since the informant had informed us where we would find Bongani Ntanzi, he then directed us to that place.
Yes, we followed up the information, what happened there.
And then what did after?
So re tsamaya le ena re le belisha molato a re bontsha Ntanzi a dulang ona o mera mmona le mosagare.
We went there during the day and where we were he showed us where Ntanzi could be found. What's the status is allowed Ntanzi thola khona go isemini.
Yes.
Ale manchiwana a June 16, 2020 re ya police station ya Phukeng.
On the evening of June 2016, we went to the Phukeng police station. Kusehlwa ke mhla 16 June 2020 sasesiya esikhumulweni sasemaphoyisa sasePhukeng.
Yes.
Ke molao gore ge re fitla dipoleke tse dingwe tshwanetse re fete police station go pele thuso ya maphodisa.
It is custom that when I go to a different place, we need to go first to the local police station and ask for assistance. Umthetho ukuthi uma siya kwenye indawo sifika singene esikhumulweni samaphoyisa sicele usizo khona.
Yes.
Ome re le go fitla ona ra go pele re tswa National Cold Case Investigation a re tsebe pleke ya go ska re boshiwo bile a re tshepe motho.
And then we informed them that we come from the National Cold Case Unit and we do not know the place and we do not trust anyone. So sesifika kuleyo ndawo sathi sabacela ukuthi siphuma ku National Cold Case Unit sabatshela nokuthi asiyazi indawo futhi ke sithembe umuntu.
Yes.
Ke umebele ba dumela ra phela ba re fele se tshire Ntanzi dulang ga tshetse go bone mosagare.
They also agreed to accompany us to where Ntanzi was staying, the place that we had been shown during the day. Asebevuma ukuthi bangasiphelezela siye kule ndawo la uNtanzi ayithola khona ke la basube sikhombisile emini.
Yes. Yes.
Ome lo fitla kwa rapokota mo rooming re bone mosagare ya Ntanzi.
On our arrival, we knocked at the room which had seen during the day where Ntanzi is supposed to stay. Sasifika sangoza kuleli room kumbilele asasitshele ukuthi uNtanzi uhlala khona esikhonjisiwe emini.
And you said this was in Phukeng?
Yes, in Phukeng, Rustenburg.
Yeah, kwakusePhukeng eRustenburg.
Yes.
Ome wila wilela rai mochal kana maphodisa avula.
And we informed them that we are the police and then they opened for us. Samtshela ukuthi samaphoyisa wasivulele.
Yes. Ome ra mhoitsana la khare ba ya Motswana.
And when we got inside, we found him with his Tswana girlfriend. Sasisithola khona ke ukuthi wayehleli nengcwa yakhe yomtswana.
Yes.
Ile ga mo jara wa mkhalabe apo wa mega molato mo wa longoma mo ba bolaileng mo tibile le sethunya se go tjagetse.
And we informed him that he is a suspect in the case of murder in Nongoma, where also a gun was found. Sasimtshela ukuthi ethinteke ecaleni la Nongoma la wabulawa khona umuntu futhi ke nokuthi isibhamu sesatholakala.
Arwele be re tshetsana le go nnete ke yena ka ge hlodi ya rena imo e re bontshitša yena.
Since we were already aware that it was him, since our informer had given us information about him, njengoba sasisazi ukuthi uyena ngoba owayesiza ngolwazi wayesesitshelile ukuthi uyena.
Yes.
ke le ka motho ra wa mogalabe o tseba ka eng ka molato wa Nongoma na o
And then I asked him what he knows about the Nongoma case. I said,
Yes, you interviewed the suspect. Was he then arrested?
Yes, we arrested him.
Yes.
Ome ya velo ke mmalela ditokelo tsa go swara.
And then informed him of his rights. Ngase ngemtshela ngamalungelo akhe.
Mega chala di handcuffs.
And then we handcuffed him. Sasesimfakoza Nkosi.
Yes. Which are those rights that you explained to him? Or how did you go about explaining those rights?
We first told him that we are arresting him regarding the Nongoma case. Sasisamtshela ukuthi cha uboshelwa leli cala la Nongoma.
Ome ona le tokelo ya go homola ga se ka bolela.
First we told him that he has the right to remain silent. Sasisamtshela ukuthi unelungelo lokuthula.
Yes.
Le gore le sa tlo se bolelang se ka sa shumishiwa khatlanong le ena re tshetsere ya tshekong.
And also that whatever he says could be used against him in a court of law. Kunokuthi ke uma ukuthi khona akushoyo kungasetshenziswa equleni icala lakhe enkantolo.
Le gore aga humana moemedi ya na ikgethela go yena or wa mmusho re tla mo fa ile rana yona a ile ra gwana tšhelete o patela.
We also told him that he has the right to legal representation, and if he is unable to afford legal representation, then he has a right to be given legal representative, a lawyer that is going to be paid for by the state. So sezamtshela ukuthi unelungelo lokuthi abe nommeli kodwa ke uma ukuthi akwazi ukukhokhela ummeli umbuso ungamnika ummeli ozomsiza ongakhokhela.
Yes.
Umme salwa mthiya ramana mecha kwela nera elena Pretoria North.
When we placed him in our car and then we took him to Pretoria North. So sisimfaka ke emotweni yethu saya naye Pretoria North.
Did you merely explain his rights verbally?
Lilela mucha ditukelo tsa ka molomo fela.
Ke mo ditse ka molomo re gone ona kwa re Phukeng.
Yes, when we were in Phukeng, I only told him his rights verbally. Kusho ukuthi Phukeng ngamtshela ngomlomo amalungelo akhe.
Yes, and more or less, what time was it when you arrested him?
Bele 9 ya bosigo.
It was 9 in the evening. Kwabo 9 wasebusuku.
Yes.
Omera sibelana ra fitale na Pretoria North Police Station.
And then we went with him to the Pretoria North Police Station. Summarize so figure Pretoria North Police Station.
Re fitlhelele na ka bo ma 10 sa bolo ke 2:10 or past 10 mara ne around 10.
We arrived at around 10. I'm not sure whether it was before 10 o'clock or just after 10 o'clock, but it was around that time. So
Yes.
Omega fitla ka mofa ditokelo gape ka mongwalo.
And then when we arrived, I then handed him over his rights, his written rights. Yes,
but please, my lord, we have not yet received this notice of rights. As soon as we receive it, it will be handed as Exhibit LL1.
49.
LL1. Okay, I'm sorry, my lord.
49, SAP 49.
Yes. SAP 14A, my lord.
Yeah,
14A.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
Umekile kambalela jona gape.
Also proceeded to read the rights for him again. Ngase ngimfundela wona kamalungelo akhe futhi.
Ke motsa bana ka Sezulu le Sesotho le Sekgowa ke ne ba ra kwishisha.
And then I used the three languages, Zulu, English, and Sesotho. The aim of which was to ensure that he understands. Ngase ngimtshela ngeSizulu nangesilungu nangeSesotho ngenzela ukuthi ke ngibe nesiqiniseko sokuthi uzwisisile ngempela.
Oh, we la kwishisha ansainela jona di.
He then showed that he understands and he proceeded to sign the document. Awakhombisa ukuthi uyezwa futhi ke waseqhubeka ke uya sign lapha.
Yes.
Umerile ra motswallela ona mo for boshigo bowe.
We then locked him up on that night. Sasisimvalela ke kulobo busuku khona lapho.
And what is the procedure when someone is placed in the cells?
Manje jale kore go berekwa jang ge motho ba tlo mo tswallela ka diseleng.
Go gona le ertsana police gona le ntwe re ke OB book ke ya.
When you go into the police station, there is a book called an OB book. Kukhona ke incwadi ekhona ke lapha esikhumuleni samaphoyisa ebizwa ngokuthi OB book.
Yes.
Umme gona le
What does OB stand for, just for record purposes?
OBAMG.
occurrence book.
It is OB stands for occurrence book. Manje ku OB kumele ukuthi ke ila kubhala khona izinto ezenzekayo esithi phecelezi ngesingisi occurrence book.
Umme ba ile ba mongala ka mogare because ga di fihla o ba le police le lulutjing ka kwa di seleng le ngwala go re tsena le batho le re tswa le bona.
Well, his name was then entered into the occurrence book because there is this policeman whose duty is to record people who are taken in and people who are taken out. Lapho ke wasi igama lakhe lifakwa ke kule occurrence book ngoba khona iphoyisa lihlala lapha emaseleni elibhalayo makukhona umuntu ofakwayo nomuntu okhishwayo.
I just want to show you exhibit MM, page 1 thereof of exhibit MM.
And
Can you just identify what is that exhibit? MM?
o ka gona gore tlhalositse gore in exhibit MMA ke eng?
Ke entry ke mongwalo ba ngwetseng gore re tlisitse Ntanzi kwa.
In this page we can see where it was recorded that we had brought Mr. Ntanzi to that facility. Lapha ke kubhalwe la ukuthi saletha ubaba Ntanzi simletha kuleyo ndawo.
Can you place and record the details regarding the day of the week and the date?
Ko parele ba lelo re e be le tšatši le lefila beke le gore le tšatši la bona e be le date e feng.
Does appear on top of the document?
Ka mokgwa e bonagalang go godimo ga lekwana.
Be le ka la bobedi
It was on a Tuesday
ka ngwaga wa 2020
in 2020
June 16.
on the 16th of June. Kwakulwesibili ngonyaka 2020 ngomhla 16 kuJune.
And what is the relevant entry as well as the time?
Njale sesingwadilwe ngumfaweki ingi lenako ya wana.
Una le serial number 467.
There is a serial number that starts with 467.
Le nako ring 2242.
There's a time also which is 2242.
Le entry engwe in transit.
Also, there's an entry that says in transit.
Yes, can you?
In transit era gore se wa tshwa se re tlisang a se sa police station eo.
In transit is meant to indicate that the person that is being brought there is not intended to be kept at that specific police station. Usho ukuthi ke uma kuchaza ukuthi in transit kuchaza ukuthi lo muntu ke wayengalethwa lapho ukuthi ayogcinwa khona lapho wayedlula nje.
Yes. Can you place the particulars thereof on record?
Yes, Detective Sergeant Mohani of National Cold Case Unit.
And who's that?
Kimang, you know?
Detective Sergeant Mohani.
Detective Sergeant Mohani. It is written here, Detective Sergeant Mohani.
Cold Case Unit with one suspect. Lebitso la ka case number ya Nongoma 160 of 10 2018.
With the Nongoma case number
163 of 10 2018.
163 of 10 2018.
Le malungelo ala ga a di tokelo tsa ga tsa go swarwa. SAP 14A ka sekgowa.
Also the his legal rights, the SAP 14.
Just read it as it is.
As it is.
No,
okay. SAP 14 512 66 765. Time of arrest 2100 with no injuries. Contact number of Sergeant Mohani.
Yes, you don't need to read that. Yes.
Ifellamo. And then more fasimo, wangalo detain correctly omega sign.
Well, underneath it is also written detained correctly and then I signed. Ukuthi lapha ke kuyabhalwa ke imininingwane ukuthi ungene ngayiphi SAP 14 nawo konke lokho kwabhalwa nokuthi akalimalanga waqhubeka kufana nesikhathi sokuthi uboshwe nini kufana nokuthi inamba zalomuntu omlethile ke uSergeant Mugale kanjani kwase kuthiwa ke uvalelwe ngokomthetho.
Just for record purposes, can you just explain what is that SAP 14A?
SAP 14A.
SAP 14A ke buka e le gore ba ngwala baswariwa go yona.
SAP 14 is a book in which all the arrested people are recorded in. SAP 14 ke incwadi ke la ekubhalwa khona bonke abantu ababoshiwe.
Yes, but SAP 14A, the number that starts with 512 66765. What is it?
Manje uyale unali SAP 14A e-learning number A lateral 512666765. Yale ki
ditokelo tse re mfile go tsona tse bela ke re onale o right to remain silent ona tsewe di na le nomoro ba bitsa serial number.
Well, it is the serial number of the legal rights where they are recorded. Each time a person is given these legal rights, there is a number that is attached to that, a unique number. Also, this is a book with many pages. Manje ke lana ke lesikhuluma ngayo ke SAP 14 kusho yila phela khona ke malungelo abasolwa and futhi ke lapho ke kuyabhalwa futhi nale serial number ukuthi lo muntu uyathola maphi amalungelo usho ayekho omunye othola le number yakhe yedwa.
Is there the one that you mentioned that you explain it to him in Sesotho, isiZulu and English?
Kiyona yoro mumleji ka siZulu ka Sesotho le English.
Kiyona.
That is correct. Yebo kunjalo.
Yes, what happened after that?
What would the raging away?
Awa re le ra motswalela ba mamogela ra motlogela.
Well, we placed him inside and then he was locked up and they received him and we left him there. Yebo sake samfaka ngaphakathi bamamkela bamvalela sasezinsishimshiya lapho.
Yes.
Qhubeka.
Ome ke tloga mo le ka fonela Brigadier Gininda gore ke krele Ntanzi ke le ke motswaletse kwa Pretoria North Police Station.
And after that, I phoned Brigadier Gininda to inform him that we had found Ntanzi and that we had locked him up in Pretoria police station. Lapho ke safonela ukhuluma noNtanzi Brigadier ngase ngimchazela ukuthi hayi uNtanzi Brigadier
Gininda.
Ngicela uBrigadier Gininda ukuthi uNtanzi ngimtholile and futhi ke sengimvalele ePretoria police station.
Ome Brigadier lona re tla re mona go sasa ra tšatši latelago.
Then the brigadier said, I'm going to see him tomorrow, implying the following day. Wasethi ukuthi getting ngine hayi ngizombona kusasa usho uyachaza ukuthi uyombona ngelanga elilandelayo.
Sorry, just to go back to the entry, did you place the time on record?
Wela wa rubutsana go re bedina kuma?
Ke boletse ke rile ke 22:42.
Yes, the time was 22:42. Yebo isikhathi kwaku 22:42.
Yes.
Ome no rile ra motlogela gwasa wa ba le tšatši latelago.
Well, we left him there until the morning of the following day. Samishiya ke lapho kuzokuyofika ilanga elilandelayo ekseni.
Ome ka mantsibuana a di 17.
On the evening of the 17th,
Ile ka tlogana le mabena ra boela Pretoria North.
Mabena and I went back to Pretoria North.
Just place the year on record, 17 June of which year?
17 June 6, 2020. No, sorry, 17 June 2020, sorry.
That was 17th of June 2020. Uthi ngomhla 17 June 2020 yena noMabena baphindela ePretoria North.
Yes.
Go be re fihla kwa ra gopela Ntanzi re gopela go mmona.
And on our arrival there, we requested to see Ntanzi. Masifika lapha sacela ukubona uNtanzi.
Rile ra montšha ka ba re seleng ra misha boardroom.
We took him out of the cell and we took him to the boardroom. Sisiyamkhipha emaseleni samisa boardroom.
Wana kwa Pretoria North.
Khona lapha ePretoria North, right there in Pretoria North.
Just a minute.
Sorry.
And what is the procedure when someone is taken out of the cells, like you have done?
Jale, ukubereka byang ha motho tlo ntshwa ka mo di sedi a ishwa go go.
Ona ena motho a le ntšhatše ka disele. O tlo ngwala ma OB book.
The person that is in charge of the cells is going to make an entry into the OB book. Or sebenza emaseleni uzobhala lapha kule ncwadi kuthiwa i-OB book.
And was such an entry made?
And in wile angwala. That is correct. Yebo kunjalo.
My lord, it's page 3 of Exhibit MM. Can you read the relevant details, day of the week and the date?
Re kopa ore ngwalle mo go badilweng gore re la nshiwa o no e bala ka moka.
Pona le serial number mo ere inora ke bone how
At the top there, the date.
or the date
Date ya gona
ke la boraro 2020 kgwedi ya botshelela ya 17.
It is the 17th of the 6th month of 2020. It was a Wednesday. Kwakungolesithathu ke kungomhla 17 kuJune futhi ke kungunyaka ka 2020.
Yes, and the relevant entry.
Hongwe Chonako, 1655.
The time is 1650, is given as 1655. Is Curtis Paden or 1655?
The serial number?
Is it a number?
The number I keep on the votes.
I'm unable to see the serial number. It's not very legible because some of it has been chopped off. Angwazi ukubona serial number ngoba ngathi khona ayibonakali kahle.
Can you just place the serial number on record?
The serial number?
494.
The serial number is 494.
Nako 1655.
The time is 1655.
Wangwalo investigation out.
It is written investigation out.
Detective Sergeant Mohani
Detective Sergeant Mokhrane
of National Cold Case Investigation Unit
of the National Cold Case Investigation Unit
with one suspect, Nongoma case, 160 of 10, 2020. No, 2018. I think one other mistake I would do 2018. That's one only 2018. So only thinking I'm with 2020.
With one suspect of the Nongoma case of 2018.
Maramo which 160 10 2020.
But on the document, it appears that there's an error where someone wrote 2020.
Yes.
Bongani Ntanzi.
The name of Bongani Ntanzi, Ukamalwa Bongani Ntanzi.
Cell 64 KSAP 14 yabanga langa tshwaro yona. Ke number 64 motshwaro wa number 64 jajile.
Also, cell 64 is the number of the accused on that day.
Of 6/2020.
Of 6/2020.
Then SAPS 14A is a lady topelo chele chaga pedicipla.
And also they wrote about SAP 14A, which is his rights. His rights are also following him. Stilapo SAP 14A ukunwa amalungelo akhe ukuthi asaqhubeka emlandeni.
Isanali yona nomoro yela gape ya 512666765.
Amalungelo ke asahamba nayo le number ka 512666765. The 5127765 number of the rights is still continuing with him.
51266
512666765.
Ibilong which are without injuries.
It is also written without injuries. Baliwe futhi ukuthi akalimele.
Yes. There's, we'll just read the rest of the information there.
Oh no, correct received.
It is written correctly received, and I also signed again. Should you put wamgeleke kahle ngaphinde ngasign la.
And gamofasa gape gona le nomoro engwe 498 booked back.
498.
Yeah, serial number 498 booked back.
Also, there's a number there, 498 booked back.
Yes, but can you explain to the court what was the purpose of booking him out? What happened there in the boardroom?
It's because there were many cases which he was involved in.
Well, we're not going to much because now we're going
we did not have enough time the previous night, so we wanted to have a good time to understand properly about these cases. Ngobusiko babedlule sasingabanga isikhathi esihle kusho ukuthi lapha sasizama ukuba nesikhathi esihle sokuthi sikwazi ukuxoxa naye ngalo.
So ile kamucha gape ka ritopelo tsa ga go swariwa.
I also again reiterated his rights when arrested. Ngase ngiphinde futhi ngiyamkhumbuza ngamalungelo akhe uma eboshiwe.
Gore ge le gore o a nyaka go bolela o kgeta go gomola ke le tokelo tša gagwe.
And I informed him that he has the right to remain silent. And I say ngimtshela ukuthi hayi unelungelo lokuthi angakhulumi.
Le re sa tlo se bolelang se ka tla sa šomišiwa kgatlhanong le ena letšatši la tsheko.
I also informed him that whatever he says can be used against him in a court of law. I say ngimtshela ukuthi awushoyo kungasetshenziswa equleni icala lakhe enkantolo.
Error pele ke le letso go ya pele ke ya kwa Pretoria North apele Sergeant Mapena Mhla Sergeant Mapena ke le ga botsa Brigadier Gininda gore sa ile bona Ntanzi ba wela gape.
There's something I forgot to include, that before we went to the Pretoria North police station, we informed Brigadier Gininda that we would be going to see Ntanzi. As kohle kusho ukuthi ngisengakayi ePitoli ngatshela uBrigadier Gininda ukuthi sisanga sePitoli kuyobona Ntanzi.
Le ba gala gore moja gore ke mokamedi wa unit o swantsa tsebe ntho le gore dira.
The reason for telling him is because he is a unit commander and he must be informed of everything that is happening. Enhloso ke ukuthi simtshele ukuthi uyena umkhuzi wale liqembu leli kufanele konke okwenziwayo atshele.
Yes.
Omera fitla kwa boardroom ra dula.
On arrival in the boardroom, we sat down. Safia boardroom, Safia sahlala.
Omera muchisha ka malate ya nongoma.
And then we asked him about this Nongoma case. So sisiyambuza ke ngale icala kweNongoma.
In which language were you communicating with him?
Lebelebolela fulelo ifika ngale lena.
Nna ga ntse ke shumisha sekgowa seZulu le Sepedi.
Most of the time I use English, Zulu and Sepedi. Ukuthi ke mina ikaningi ngisebenzisa isiNgisi, isiZulu neSepedi.
Ibile wa karona mo tlhobo mang ife ba mo tswana ke bolela Setswana.
Well, it also depends on who you are. If you speak Tswana, I do speak Tswana.
Yes,
ke tlhaka ntjalo sekgowa gape.
But I also mix English in there.
But regarding Mr. Ntanzi, which language did you communicate with him in?
Mr. sekgowa seZulu le Sesotho le Setswana.
We used English, Zulu, and Tswana. Sasa isiNgisi, nesiZulu, nesitswana.
Yes.
O mekile ka mmotšiša ke ra mmotšiša nna le Mhla Bena gore o tsebang ka molato wa Nongoma wa sethunya le go bolaya.
That is me together with the late Mabena, asked him what he knows about the murder case in Nongoma.
Yes. Regarding this matter, what happened?
Le gona re ra mmotšiša le ona gore go na le tlhodi e re boditseng gore wa amega gape go molatong wa nao.
We informed him that there was an informer who had informed us that he is involved in this case. Samchazela-ke nokuthi kukhona wasethulela ulwazi ukuthi uyathikiteka kulolu daba.
Yes.
Umekile ka mmotšiša rena o ba le kae ka 26 tša October 2014 ge Senzo Meyiwa a bolaiwa.
26 October
2014.
We asked him where he was on the 26th of October 2014 when the deceased was killed. Sambuza ukuthi wayelaphi ke ngomhla 26 10 enyangeni kaOctober 2014 mhlazane umufi ebulawa.
Gomme o ba tseba ka lona letšatši le la bolaiwa ga Senzo Meyiwa.
He did know about the date of the death of Senzo Meyiwa. Wayazi ngosuku lokwazi lokubulawa ka Senzo Meyiwa.
Ka gore no ke taba e le gore be ile mo the way radio, the TV,
He claimed that he knows about this case because it was all over the news. What he was in Galopula Senzo Meyiwa ngoba kwakusema phaphandabeni na mabonakude nabo.
Yes.
Alokia mucho nakalo wa amega mo mogononelwa mo molatung o bole kae ka tšatšile la 26 October 2014.
Well, when I told him that he is a suspect in this case, I asked him where he was on the 26th of 10, 2014. I said, "Ambuza uthi lo bange sangathi yathinteka kuloluta why lapho mhla 26 10 14."
Wilare no bale mushumo ngwa Sibanye still water mine kwa Western area.
He claimed to have been at the Sibanye still water mine in Western area. Was Tigena, I was saying my imsebenzini eSibanye water mine in Western area.
Yes.
Bale ke le ka mo sharna aka khona ho risha ona mo ba shuma ona mo mining re lo khontsho ka nnete o ba le mmerekong.
When we asked him if he could take us to the mines to go and verify that indeed he was on duty on that specific day at the mine. So sindela uthi angasaka ina sise emayini ukuthi siyothola isiqiniseko sokuthi ngempela wayekhona emayini esebenza ngalelo la.
Yes.
Wila dumelo rotla risha sangana.
He agreed to take us there. He did not refuse. Wavuma ukuthi uzosithatha sise khona lapha azangaphiki.
Yes.
Omne ka le tšatši le šetše le subetše bjale bonoro tsela ela kwa le yona a e sepela ke bošego ra reno re tla tsoga go sasa ka di 18 re ya le yena.
Since it was late in the day and we felt that we could not drive on that road going there, we felt that we told him that we're going to fetch him the following day to go there with him. Ngoba ke kwase kuhlwile futhi ke sibona ukuthi le ndlela engeke sikwazi ukuyihamba. So sisithi ke okungcono simtshela ukuthi sizomlanda ngelanga elilandelayo.
Yes.
Omne ka le tšatši le latelago
Just before that, yes, sorry. Just interpret that.
So sisimtshela ukuthi sizomlanda ngelanga elilandelayo.
Yes. And what happened to Mr. Ntanzi?
Wasebenzana kaningi ngoba Mntanzi.
le tšekile betše no o birile a mtšala mošetša beke le seleng.
We then took him back to the cell. So sesimthatha simbuyisele emaseleni.
Was an entry made regarding that fact?
Khona le mo bangwatleng gore le mošeditše morago.
Go gona.
Yes, there is an entry. Khona ila kubhalwe khona.
Yes. It's on page 4, my lord, of Exhibit MM. Can you read the relevant entry?
Sicela usibhekeleke usifundele konke ke le ndawo la kubhalwe khona ukuthi le mo bangwatleng gore mošeditše morago.
Serial number 498.
The serial number is 498.
Ka nako ne ile 1955.
The time was 1955.
Investigation back.
It is also written there, investigation back.
In which Detective Sergeant Mohan of National Cold Case Unit.
Ukubhalwe ukuthi Detective Sergeant Mohane was the National Cold Case Unit.
On Longoma case 160 of 10. I was personally Porsche instead of 2018, which is 2020.
With the actual case number, there is still a mistake here because it's still written in as 2020.
Bongani Ntanzi, cell number, serial number, yasbochwa, number yasbochwa is around 64 of 10, 2020.
And he wrote the name and of the number, his arrest number, which is 64 of 10 of 2020.
Book back without injuries, correctly handed, and then sign it.
At the bottom is written booked back with no injuries. And then also it is written that he was brought back properly, correctly, and then the sergeant signed as well. Ukuthi lapha kuthiwa ubuyisiwe engalimele futhi kwase kuyasho ukuthi ubuyisiwe kahle wayeseke uyasayina usayintsheni.
Yes.
Okay, bjale le wana gape ke sale ka founela Brigadier Gininda gape ka no monna wa modimo o dumela gore isha mo a be ga shoma gona.
I then called Brigadier Gininda again and informed him that the suspect had agreed to take us where he claimed he was working. Singamtshela uSergeant Gininda ukuthi cha le ndoda ivumile ukuthi ngasithathisise la esenza khona.
Gomme re ile ra lo robala o sa sa ga wana ka la bobedi 2020 0618.
We went home and the following day, which was the
18th of June.
It was on the 18th of June 2020.
Yes.
Omega fitla kwa diseleng gape
I arrived again at the cells ngafika futhi emaseleni
nearly 8:15 serial number 520.
The time was 8:15 and the serial number was 520.
Gomme we ngwe itso gape gore investigation out.
And it's also written there as well, investigation out. Kusho ukuthi kubhaliwe futhi ukuthi kuyakishwa nangumuntu ukuyokwenziwa uphe.
Akiboni asuna advocate na lately akiboni
Please.
I'm unable to see, it is a bit illegible for me to read.
Would this be an appropriate time to take the short adjournment?
Again for 15 minutes.